Welcome, everybody, to the live stream. We are back here again tonight. It's Tuesday night, and we are going to attempt this live stream again after last night's internet debacle where I was dropping frames like crazy. Things are stable-ish right now. I am still seeing the occasional drop frame, but I think it's something that we can push ourselves through tonight. They are definitely, like, shortly after I killed the stream last night, my internet connection completely died, and I was completely offline. And then I did come back this afternoon, and my download speeds are solid. Like, I'm downloading at like 950 megabits per second. My upload speed, though, which is usually between 200 and 250 megabits per second, is sitting at about 45 megabits per second right now, which I'm streaming at a 16,000 bit rate right now, so that's 16 megabits per second. So I should be okay, but occasionally it peaks and shifts all over the place. So we'll kind of have to play it by ear to see what happens and make sure that we can be a little bit more consistent. And I'm actually seeing a rise in dropped frames right now, and then now my speed is right back up to catch up with the bit rate. So I don't know. We'll have to see how this goes. Let me know in chat if you notice if there's a bunch of things getting like lost and it's getting really pixelated, and we might end up having to postpone for a bit until my internet provider can get their crap together. But we will try. We'll push on. Let's get into the game window here now, and let's get some music playing in the background there, and the old YouTube free playlist, but whatever, it gets the job done. And we are right now working in this section right here, gathering up the oil in the north section of the map. There's a fair amount of oil here that we're going to be working with. I've done a lot of oil already, and I have a lot of completed conveyors over on the track. In the description in here, as of before I started yesterday's stream, I was at 72,000 petroleum coke per minute is what I'm making. Well, now I am well over the 90,000 mark, because I did get a little bit more done in the center of the map last night. I could still, because even though the internet's out, this is a locally installed game, I can keep playing it with no internet. So I just pushed through and got some building and stuff done. So that's what we're going to keep doing right here right now, is to keep building. There's a couple more oil nodes that I still have to get in this area. If we look at the crude oil map, it looks like there's a cluster of about 3 right here that I still have to grab, which is in this group right over here, this kind of little bay area. There should be 3 more in here, relatively close to us. And then I got to get all the oil together, and then we'll build a platform to convert it all into petroleum coke. And it'll be a good sized factory, I think, because this is the largest cluster of oil nodes out of anywhere that I've dealt with so far. Okay, let's do a little scan here for oil and see where they are at. They should be like right here. Is there more than 3? I gotta look at that map again and zoom right in here. No, it looks like it's just 3. So the first one is this one, which is a normal node. Let's turn Zoop on. Send this guy for a little ride. Nuke! No more monsters in our way. Where'd your entrails go? We're gonna gather those up just cause. And production, I need a oil extractor. And we gotta overclock this. So that's 300 megabits per second. Now I want to think that there is one up on this hillside here somewhere. Yes, there is. Is there actually 2 up here? There is 2 up here. Okay, I'm going to do a little reforestation here. I want some clear paths around this. And hopefully it's dark where you guys are at right now, so that you can really get a good feel of how this environment is. Its rich colors, its vibrance, and its flashbangness. Now that's one way to do some tree trimming. We left a bunch more trees here. We're going to clear all this out too. I think that should probably be enough right there. Okay, so what do we got up here for nodes? We got an impure node and another impure node. Well, you know what? The 2 of these combined That's going to be fine. We'll do 3, 3, 3. Delete out that piece. How close are we to that other oil node? Right here. Click. The old middle mouse button to select this up for us. And then we got to combine all this. Logistics. We're going to use Mark II pipes just because you might as well always use Mark II pipes. Don't mix pipes. That could be an absolute nightmare. And we are going to join right into this one with this line. And then we have to join up with this one down here. And I think we'll do it out this way. I'm going to spin this one around and have it head out towards the east side there. You can go that way. We won't need this. And we will drop you right down here. Switch to vertical build mode. And then we'll do some zooping. Little bit of clipping there, but I think we're okay dealing with that. Because the pipe will just go right over top of that. It won't be an issue. I am going to throw some floor holes on this, though. Just because it's going to make our pipe gathering a little easier. We just have to make sure that the fluid is flowing through it properly. Because sometimes these floor holes can be a little bit problematic when it comes to flow rates going through them. Okay, you connect there. We'll do it like that. You know what? I don't want that long of a line there because we're going to end up putting in a reservoir here because this is going to be 600 cubic meters per minute on this. Quick reminder, everybody, reach down, hit that like button on the video, subscribe if you are new to the channel, ring the notification bells to be notified when I've sent off a new live stream. We're sitting at about 5% drop frames right now. I'm hoping it's not impacting the stream too bad as we are dealing with some internet crises. Of course I put that off-centered. Why? Okay, that should be good. And then we are going to hook that up there. We're going to come in here with a T. Oh, that's not line centered. What am I doing? It is really not that difficult to place something on the freaking ground. There we go. Now we're lined up to center. Wait for the little lines to pop up. That's why they give you those little build tools. Some days, I tell you. Sam, welcome to the stream.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
Man, what the hell? Okay, I gotta see this. Nizoria ban? Is that close? What's good, mate? I don't. Probably not my pronunciation of what your name is. Welcome to the channel.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
What's not good is my internet doing stupid things. Sitting at about a 5.8% drop rate on my stream right now. Not pleased with that. Download-wise, my internet is solid. Oh man, I keep screwing that up. Download-wise, my internet is like totally solid. Upload, it is not happy with me at all. So it's frustrating me. Yesterday, it was like a 50% drop rate in frames. It was that bad. I was so disappointed. All right, let's get this all hooked up here. Because there's another 300 cubic meters. So we're going to be like well over the... Man, we're going to be pushing like 150,000 Petroleum Coke, I think, by the time we're done all this. Nyaxoria? Is that it? See, because X could be pronounced Xi as in a Z, but Nyaxoria. Nyaxoria. Hopefully that's close enough. Welcome to my stream anyway. As we are building all the Petroleum Coke that I can possibly make. Because I'm going to make the absolute most ludicrous aluminum factory. Which is going to get turned into steel pipe or steel beams. And eventually turned into millions of screws. Somewhere like that, and then you're like, exclamation hamburger. Okay. Hamburgers are good. So are hot dogs, though. I don't want to be the guy. Hamburgers are good. What, you don't like hot dogs? Okay, so from here, we are eventually going to want to get our products out that way, but I want to get past this cluster of items. So I think I've got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's turn the fog off because the fog is like distracting. What have I got? I've got 1 full node, 2 full nodes, 3 full nodes. This is the 4th one, and then there's another 450 cubic meters. And this is going to be a pretty large output here of all the goodies that we want, all the Petroleum Coke. And it's for, there's an alternate recipe that you can, for making the alclad, or the aluminum scrap. It's like electrode something doodad. Let me just see it. Let me throw a foundation down here real quick so we can place a refinery. What I'm getting all the Petroleum Coke for is this. Electrode aluminum scrap, which is 180. Actually, by the time we overclock it, 450. Actually, we're probably going to want to do that to like wherever we can get this to 300. What would be, is that going to be like 500? There we go. So if we overclock this to 166.6667, that gets us 500 per minute of aluminum scrap, but actually it will be 1,000 per minute of aluminum scrap. Wow, are we going to be making aluminum? Holy smokes. That's going to be 100 Petroleum Coke versus 300 aluminum solution that we're going to be consuming. But this balances, like, this is a nice easy number to work with because obviously 600 cubic meters of fluid. But then we got 350 cubic meters of water that we got to deal with, which I'm not excited about. That's going to be less than desirable. Try to think of different speeds that we can deal with here. What if we take this to 400 per minute? 240 alumina solution doesn't really go into 600 very well. $300. Just trying to think of what's going to be an easy number to deal with for the wastewater. $340 per minute. It's not a good number there, so let's go 330. 333. It's just none of it is a good number to work with. I either end up like really lopsided here dealing with the alumina solution, trying to find that nice sweet spot where we're getting with it. Oh, and actually this is 1500 per minute. I can't even actually get that out of the machine, so that's completely useless. That is 1200 per minute coming out of the machine. 360 alumina solution. That's so hard to balance though. Yeah, I think we'll target the 400 per minute on it. So this is the stuff that I got to keep working on in the back of my brain as I'm trying to figure out, okay, what are we building? What's our goals at? And then I'll just have to deal with the 280 water. Okay, so I think this actually gets us out far enough here. Let's go just a little bit more. No, we should be good there. How much of this can I fill up with concrete without a bunch of stuff sticking through it? Well, I should be able to make a pretty good platform out here. Like it's going to be quite large. This will be the largest of all the little micro factories that I set up for running the refineries out here to convert out our petroleum coke. There's basically two different refineries that we have to build. One is converting the petroleum coke into heavy oil residue. And then it goes from there into our petroleum coke refining. Man, I'm sitting at 10% drop frames now. That just blows. Damn cable providers. And as far as like all the tests and everything, oh no, your connection's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with your connection. And I'm like, no, seriously, there is. There is an upload issue. You guys got to fix it. I go through this like every year with them, it seems, around this time of the year. They don't get it right. And it ends up being a couple of weeks of them screwing with stuff to try to make it right. Okay, so we are going as far as this tree. I think we could go right past it there. It'll give us some room for some awesome sinks. Okay, this gives us a pretty reasonable playing field to work with out here. We're gonna have 32, 36 refineries are going to be converting our heavy oil residue. Okay, we got a little more tree trimming to do here. That should do the trick. Might as well grab this Mercer sphere while we're here as well. Can I blow up this coral? Will it go out of the way? Please, nobody let, like, whoever would be responsible for that. Whatever organization. Yep, we can eliminate the coral. Okay, so this line is going to come straight out from here and connect in. And then we have another line here that is, I believe that's going to connect in as well. Okay, so where do we want to bring this other line from? I think it's going to come down this way as well. And it's going to run straight down this path. And I just have to meet up with that other conveyor line that's going to be... Where are you at? Or not conveyor line. Pipeline. That one. And we'll just have a little bit of a slope down here. Alrighty. A little more tree trimming. This can go too. Okay, so these other ones... I gotta combine these up. Wherever that's gonna... Oh, of course it goes through all those trees. That's fine. We can fix that. Okay, so I think what I want to do with this line is I want to give it a little bit of a creative path up here. Either way, I'm going to end up crossing one of the lines. Okay, never mind. I just have to keep in the back of my mind which line is the one that is not going to be running at 600. This one's 450 because we got a normal node and an impure node. And I believe this lines up right about here to get through these trees. Okay, and then we're going to have a little bit of a slope here as well. How high is that one? I think that's the too high foundation, which is this one. Okay, I think I have enough trackway here to kind of keep track of everything. Now it's time to bring a whole pile of pipework and everything all up here. And then with all of the pipe work, I end up color coding it all so we know exactly what pipe we're dealing with where. How many lines was it? It was going to be 5 lines that we're dealing with, right? So if I do like one's going to be down the center. Skip 2 spots. Center. We'll see how this is going to work. And then we can start putting some refineries down. Okay, that little shrubbery's got to go. And now that it's nighttime, I'm going to turn the fog back on because it makes it more, believe it or not, it's more visible when it's foggy at night. It's how the light reflects off of. It's the same if you're driving at night. If you turn your high beams on, it gets like the light picks up more, which ends up blinding you so you can't see as far, but you get that more light reflecting off of the fog. Well, that's exactly what's happening here. Oh, you know what? This is the wrong height, this line. I wonder if I could build this up at all. Trying to get everything kind of running on the same plane. We're going to have a little step here, but not much. This is just going to be a single slope. And then I think this actually lines up out here, because didn't we slope this one? I think we did. Okay, so more pipes. That 450 line, did I put... No, I haven't done that yet. You ended up being one high, didn't you? I could have built it down. Oh well. You know what? Why not? Why don't I just go like this and delete out all this and build it at the same height? And I don't have this deal with the stupid little slopes. We have enough room here that we can fit the oil extractor if I face it the right way, for crying out loud. Okay, you were overclocked at 150. Let's grab our pipe. And where were we going through? Right about here, I think. Doggo, you gotta go. Move. I didn't blow them up. You guys are all right. I didn't strap one of the nukes to him and say, see you later. You don't have to hate me for killing lizard doggos. Quick reminder, everybody, reach down, hit the like button on the video, subscribe if you are new to the channel, ring the notification bell so you can be notified when I got another live stream happening. I apologize if you're running into some occasional drop frames right now. I am experiencing some internet difficulties. Kind of unavoidable. Okay, I'm going to fix that by putting my T right here, and then I want to delete this out, and I don't want this little joint in here. Okay, we can now put in our fluid buffer. Make sure it's valved. I don't like backflow on them. That did not click. Let's try that again. There we be. Okay, so this is my 450 cubic meter line. A little more landscaping. I think that's it for landscaping, isn't it? This one is a full 600 cubic meter line, this one here. And you are also 600 cubic meters. Try to keep all of these coming up with us at the same time. Yep, that's fine. So you're going to go here, you're going to connect here. And you're heading off this way. Bring this pipe over. Oh, another little shrubbery. Nuke! That's toasty warm. Alright, just about got all the oil heading in the right direction. This is actually the longest oil run I've actually done. Most of the factories I've just started building right away, but there's just too much crap around here to have to try to build around. That I'm not going to screw with that. Why you no clicky there? Why you hate me? Clearly I was doing something wrong. Doing something crazy. Let's see if we can get all of these lined up on the same plane here. The one here on the right is my short line, and I didn't line that up on the center. That was a lousy pipe placement if I've ever seen it. So 600, 600, 600, 450, and that's a 600 line over there. I might do a little bit, because I've got enough head lift room here that I can play with this a little bit. I might jump that one 450 line up over top so that it's kind of on the side. We'll just keep moving all these in the right direction, though. Out to our build platform that is over there. Hey, we're starting to get to daylight hours. Fog time can go away. We can start to see what's happening. Okay, so this line we're going to do first, and it's going to come... What did we say? We're going to skip 2. 1, 2. And then we'll bring it up to match here. Hello. And then meet this here. Well, that doesn't space out very well. There's 5 lines, so this is line 1, 2. You're going to be line 3. We're going to put you right down the middle. Right there. So the next line to come along is you. Right down that center line. No, I don't like that. It's all because I want, like, reasonable spacing. We're going to build it on that plane right there. Let's convert this to, what do we want, straight? Because then it won't clip like that. And then I'm going to rerun this line over one more, just because I'm a little crazy that way. Let's get this one in place first. And then this line is going to go down this plane. But we're going to do something stupid with it. We're going to go zoink. Bring it straight across. And then bring it out. Perfect. Now that we've got enough head lift. And this is only because I want the 450 line off to the side. These are all my 600 lines. And then I do need to rebuild this one space over. You all will say, oh, what are you doing wasting your time? But you know that if you want it symmetrical looking, you would take the time to undo it and redo it again. I need to go to auto for my build here, and it's right there that we're building it. Perfect. Now we got 5 lines. Total of what? 12, 24, 2850 cubic meters of oil. So I'm going to bring them all straight up to this first row of our foundations. And then we'll branch it off from there to our various factories that we're going to run it. Alrighty. I probably should have blueprinted these somehow, the refineries, but I actually haven't done it. But there isn't really, like, once you start building it, it doesn't take long to slap them all together. So I really didn't feel like spending the time to slap together a bunch of extra blueprints for them, because it really is an easy recipe to build with. And because we're not dealing with the polymer resin, it's just getting dumped straight into awesome sinks anyway. And it's not even that much polymer resin that we're getting out of this. We're getting way more petroleum coke out of any of this than we are anything else. So polymer resin in this little factory just ends up being a waste byproduct. It will live forever in an awesome sink. All right, I guess we'll head all the way down to this end and start building up this way. Let's grab our refineries. Production, refinery. I want to start building you right here, so let's get you set to what you need to be. We're using the alternate recipe heavy oil residue, which will produce, once we crank it up. So it's 75 crude oil makes 100 heavy. Nope, that's not right either. Let's throw in our summer sloop. 75 crude oil makes 200 heavy oil residue and 100 polymer resin. This first line is a line of 450, so that's going to be, we're 75 per, so that's 150, 300, 450. So this 6 refineries takes care of 1 pipe. So logistically, we can get this set up where I want it. And we're just going to split this up evenly. One thing that I always do when I'm dealing with manifolds for pipes, which is basically what this is. This is a pipe manifold that we're playing here, that we're putting in here. I always fill them top down. So I'll end up putting another pipe segment up over top of this. And then shoot this straight across. Back down again. And then right in the middle of this, this is where my oil line will end up connecting to. So basically, oil comes in, it always fills into this top, and then it spills down below into the pipes that feed the machines. So it's being gravity fed into the machines. It helps all the time with slosh. It cuts down on the amount of slosh and stuff you get with dealing with fluids, because everybody knows how absolutely shitty it is dealing with fluid in this game. So anything you can do to minimize that fluid slosh, do it. I highly recommend pulling that off. And then we're going to bring this line right to here, and then bring this all the way back down. And that's going to connect to our first 450 line right there. Done. That even lined up well. Look at that. Look at us go. Okay, and then I think, do I put a gap in it? I think I can put a gap in it. I think that's probably fine. If we skip one and go right here again, and then we got to do 8 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because now we're dealing with full 600 cubic meter lines instead of that 450 line. So it's not dealing with this much, or we're dealing with more fluid. And now that we're doing this, we've got to be a little bit more creative on our pipe build. Anthony, welcome to the stream. Satisfactory fluids have 0 issues and are perfectly balanced. Nice. No satire there. Well, oh, and by the way,
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
One there. Holding control key will line these up for you. So they'll lock into the refinery. Except for when you don't place it right. Then that's just you or me being an idiot. And then I'm deleting out this little segment because I don't want this little pipe mount or lift there, or the pole or whatever. So same thing here. And the other ends. And then at the 4th segment, 1, 2, 3, 4. That doesn't look straight, so I'm just going to rebuild that one. We're going to come on either side of this. And we're putting a segment of pipe in here so that I can put my fill port, and then I can delete out these, because now the pipe lengths that go to each side won't need to have a support in it at all. They will just go straight across. But we got our center marked for our intake pipe. And you'll notice that I do connect both ends so that the fluid fills from both ends of the manifold as well. I do like the gravity feed. Some others use buffers all along the way. I've got, like, right as soon as I get the oil accumulated, I've got a buffer coming straight out of the machine. So I do have a fluid buffer here that's like storing some fuel so that it's always kind of pushing in. So every one of the pipe segments, like the main line pipes, has a fluid buffer, including the one that's only doing 450 cubic meters, because that's its final pipe. Like, there's nothing else getting dealt with it. So each final pipe gets its own fluid buffer. But it's back at the oil extractor is basically where I do that. And then going forward from this, I'm not using any more fluid buffers because we're going straight into production machines that should balance everything out without too many issues. Knock on wood. Okay, so this one we are going to run right down this way. Actually, you know what? No, we're going to have to tighten these pipes up a little bit. Because I'm kind of running out of, like, I still have to do one more full segment here. So we're going to actually nudge these pipes right together. They're not going to have the same gap as what they were coming in. Which is fine. And then we will just straight this one in because I don't feel like dealing with the corner. Oh, I didn't connect these. Whoops. My bad. Okay, everything should be starting to produce. We should be getting some fluid flowing through here any second now. Why do I not see any fluid? Why is there no fluid? Looking at my fluid, I got fluid here. This is just taking that long to fill up. I shouldn't have any head issues. It might be just taking that long for the pipe to fill up. Yes, it is. It's just taking that long. Now we're starting to trickle in. Yes. Okay, we're getting there. Let's not worry about it. We'll just start building the next segment and then it'll be full and doing its thing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right to there. And basically, so you line these up, right? You just go 2 notches past the inlet. That still gives you enough room to put down your pipeline junction. And we'll throw our cross pipes in, our fill ports. We're going to delete the ugly bits and rebuild them. And this one is an ugly bit. And that one is our center channel, so then we'll put our pipe risers in. Mark our inlets. Of course, because there's no fill port there, you can't like use the control key to line it up. You have to kind of eyeball it into what you think is center. And I can't see straight, so most of the time it ends up not being center. Oh, I didn't do this end. Or the other end. Oh, I gotta go back to auto on this. Oop, I went past it. There we go. And then our fill port, we're gonna come down to... I think I'll actually bring it right over like so. And I went too far with it. We can go back to straight. Connect. Okay, let's just double check now that this one all filled properly. I'm almost positive it did, so yeah, you're full. You're full. Full. It never hurts to double check to make sure they did fill properly, because every once in a while, you'll end up with a pipe segment that just doesn't connect. And you got to delete it and rebuild it. I've had it happen to me in a few different spots out of all the refineries that I built so far to take, you know, to do the 90,000+ Petroleum Coke I'm already doing. Yeah, I've had some segments that didn't like working for me. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's throw these in. Our center channel is this one. But we got to delete it because it looks ugly. We're going to put that in. Quick reminder, everybody, reach down, hit that like button on the video, subscribe if you are new to the channel. Ring the notification bell so you can be notified. I need to go back to auto again. Nope, we got to noodle this one. Every once in a while, the pipes don't want to cooperate. That's going to get deleted. That's going, and we're redoing this segment so we don't have the connection in the middle of it. Come on. Give me the piece I wanted. And then we go back to straight build. Okay, last 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, it's like we planned this or something. This is going to work out okay, I think. Pipeline junctions. Okay, you're our center. And it's... I don't know why the center one always... It doesn't put the flow indicator in the center on it. It always kind of breaks it a little bit when you're doing those. I think we'll go back to auto pipe. Oh, I went too far. Put you guys in on each end. Yeah, the easy part is building this factory. The hard part is dealing with the logistics of all the petroleum coke that we're going to get off this. It's a lot. Nope, I want to delete this out. And then connect this across. Delete this out. And connect. And since this is our last pipeline, we'll just bring it right up the center. All right, that is all the raw materials. All the crude oil is being pumped into all of the refineries that are now crafting our heavy oil residue. So that's phase 1 of this. But I need to fix this a little bit. We're going to select this color so that I always keep it in the back of my mind and know what I'm building is I'm going to color code all of these. That this is processing heavy oil residue. So these are all black, and then all the pipes are black too because it's heavy oil residue that's flowing in them. Should I have made them black and then colored it after the fact, or then built everything? yes and no. The problem is you still got to fix some bits and pieces, so it's just easier just to kind of take care of it all at once. Try to avoid clicking the concrete, because then you got to go and fix the concrete after. Because it will paint the concrete too. And this is about the only thing that I've been thinking, you know, I could probably do parts of this in a blueprint, and then they would already be like color coded and saved and blah 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 blah, but it really doesn't take that long to throw a little paint on some pipes. I'm gonna call it just basically some refinery maintenance we're doing. Like I said, this doesn't take long to paint all these colors up. The hardest one is actually that little anchor point there, that's where the pipe starts. And this little itty bitty sliver right there. Sometimes that can be tricky if you're just not at the right angle. Which, that one we've got, we come down to the bottom on this from the outside. There we go. And I will take this all the way back to the oil extractors as well, and put them all to straight black. Try to spruce up the colors so that it's not everything. As much as I like Satisfactory orange, I don't think everything needs to be Satisfactory orange. It might be a hot take too, for all I know. Okay, now we just got this last little segment to do, and then back to all the oil extractors. That's a lot easier to do because there aren't all these little pipe segments that you gotta grab. Ah, I hit a piece of concrete. 2 of them. My bad. And then on the output side of this, all the pipes we end up making from that and then going into the next set of refineries, they'll all be purple for the heavy oil residue. Basically color matching whatever the fluid is that's flowing through it is what I try to color match the pipes to. So I think the only thing that generally stays, like, that I keep in the orange color is, I guess sulfuric acid would be the closest one. I think I might be able to get a little bit more of a yellow tint I could set to it. However, we are not going to be using sulfuric acid in our aluminum build. That's why we are going with alternate recipes for making our alumina solution. Which gives the opportunity for someone, after I've got this all built and we figure out what number we're coming up with for the amount of screws we're going to be building, it gives someone the opportunity to take the time and maybe beat my record. Because the recipe where you use sulfuric acid to make your alumina solution, I believe will get you more alumina solution. So there's an opportunity there where they could end up making more aluminum to get more of the steel beams built out of aluminum and make more screws out of it. So did you get your tips or your FPS stuff all figured out, I'm assuming? Chris, welcome to the stream, by the way. I don't think I've seen you. I haven't given you your welcome.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
It's better. I'm still dealing with a little bit of... I'm sitting right now at about 5.6% dropped frames because my upload speed... My download speed is like totally fine. From yesterday, basically what happened is my ISP were doing some system maintenance. Right after I killed my stream yesterday, the internet connection just completely died. I had no internet until this afternoon. And then when I did my speed test, my download speed, I'm at like 950 megabits per second, no problem. But my upload speed is like peaking out at 45 megabits per second. And I'm usually sitting around 250 megabits per second. Now, in a perfect world, 45 megabits per second. I'm streaming at 16 megabits per second is my bandwidth allocation that I've got set in Streamlabs OBS to be able to stream in 2K. That should normally be totally fine and not drop frames and should be solid and work totally fine. However, today I've seen it like fluctuating a little bit. So I'm thinking my speed isn't consistently 45 megabits per second. It's probably floating a little bit. And so then we end up with a stutter on my upload, which right now I think it's been kind of stable here for the last half hour at least. I'm noticing my percentage of frames dropped is starting to swing the other way. The percentage numbers going down and there's not as many frames being dropped in the overall production. All right, those are all color-coded, so that line's completely done. We'll go do those 4 lines and extractors, and then we'll go back to building. The refineries are going to be turning that heavy oil residue. Oh, and I've got to get Awesome Sync set up for the... Oh, I didn't really plan that out very well. I didn't give myself a lot of room to deal with the polymer resin by slamming those all together that close. Hello, Bean. You're kind of in the way there, bud. Okay, that line's done. That line's done. Try to keep these cut up as we go. Till they split off their different directions. And try not to paint the concrete. Out comes the gambling, Sam. You rolled a 94. There you go. You got some points. You got some points. Okay, that line's done. Zoink. Ah, I did another concrete block. I'm a scrub. And Simpson says, yeah, saw the stream was only 11 minutes yesterday and figured something went wrong. Yeah, internet providers are just Of course, they are the only internet provider in my community that provides gigabit internet. There's a telecom company that also provides high-speed internet, and by say high speed, the fastest connection they could get me is a 15 megabit per second connection. Yet never gonna stream on that. You can't. I wouldn't even be able to upload videos. It would be faster for me to build a video, extract it onto a USB flash drive 20 minutes to my work, and use their 350 megabit connection. I have a faster connection in my house than I do at my work. So, and it would still be faster to go there and upload the file. They actually have a better upload speed than I have though, because they stream, or they are full duplex 350 meg, so it's 350 down and 350 up, where I'm about 250 upload and 1,000 download. But not today, because they broke things. And it'll probably take them weeks to get it figured out. Because upload to them is not a priority for residential customers. If it was a business running like a web server or something, that's totally different. And streamers to them are zero priority because they're just eating up bandwidth for the sake of eating up bandwidth. Okay, all the lines are color-coded. So next is we got to deal with the output side of this. So these are producing, each one of these is producing 200 heavy oil residue. So 3 of them will make 1 full line of heavy oil residue for us. But then they are also making a bunch of polymer resin. They're making 100 polymer resin each. So I've got to deal with that polymer resin as well. And I might just have to figure out exactly how that's going to get dealt with. I think what I might do is we're going to take advantage of this little gap that's in here. And we're going to put our awesome sinks. Maybe. Where's this one going to go? This one will be... just putting some little platforms out here. Yeah, this one can go here. Hello, connect. Yeah, I got enough room here. This works. And then our last awesome sink can just go right here. Perfect. Okay. I got a plan now. Nothing to worry about for the polymer resin. I know what I'm going to do. All right, let's get our priority mergers. I love priority mergers. I think they're the best thing they added to this game. Skip the first one. We're going to do the second one. Third, fourth, fifth on that one. The first one, because it feeds directly into it, we don't need to have a merger on that first one. Oh, what am I doing? I didn't set the priority on them, and I should be doing that instead of having to go and reset all these, and I skipped one. Oh well, I can fix this first. And then I'm gonna have to fix these. That one is in the wrong spot. Okay, so we've got those pasted. Let's double check. Yeah, I got them on the right configuration. Control C on the item that you want to copy. Control V to paste. If you want to paste formula or paste the settings onto another device that's already built. And it's like I don't even know what the Mac hotkeys are if you're playing this on a Mac, but if you're playing this on a Mac, are you really a PC gamer? Another hot take. Are you really? All right. Now it's conveyor time. Build mode, I want straight for this. And we are going to run this conveyor straight out this way. We are going to hop our pipe. Turn it off, straight mode, back to defaults. And I think my awesome sink will go right there, and then we will do a short elevator into it. Okay, polymer resin is dealt with. So that's a waste byproduct that we're not dealing with on these productions. So now, every 3 of these, let's use the right mount here. Every 3 refineries is a full 600 pipe. So we got to build it like that. And then we'll put these ones right here. Connect these. Connect. Oh, I put that one in the wrong spot. That's going to be nudged right up against the priority merger. And then from here, you know what? I was wrong. I do throw a fluid buffer in this. Because now we come down like this, and then I throw another fluid buffer in here. I want it at the right spot. There we go. Another fluid buffer in, and then I also gate this valve on here as well. To prevent backflow. Okay, so those 3 are done. So wherever our center point is, go over 2 spots. On this one, wherever the center point is, go back 2 spots. And then right on the lines we have set up here, it's the right spacing for a nice gentle curve into the refinery. Connect the pipes up. Throw our junction in the center. And because we're aligning to another pipe, you can hold control key or just the control key and it will line it up straight. And then back down again for this one. And then our fluid buffer. Some pipe. And a check valve. Next. Oh, I guess we can deal with this output now. Let's go back to straight build. I think we'll stop there, and then we will go up at this point. And go back to default. My awesome sink. Right there. And our short lift. See, a lot of rinse and repeat. But you see now, there's 600 cubic meters of fluid getting pumped into here. This will now go into another chunk of refineries. And that is what we will get our petroleum coke out of. And there's no waste byproduct on making the petroleum coke. Line this up, back to perfect. Then we do these center lines. Grab some pipe. Our junction. And now our fluid buffer. And like any green environment, of course, we are doing our oil manufacturing and refining right over top of the ocean, because why not? If we never spill, we don't have to worry about any spills of any kind. Never happens in the real world. Sorry if I'm banging the mic in your ear. I'm just trying to move the arm into a more comfortable position, as well as my seat. My seat's starting to get a little worn out. The cushions are starting to go in it. Either that or my body is just not what it used to be. We're sitting for prolonged periods of time. I don't want that many of them there. I just need one, and that's not lined up. Some pipe. And I couldn't click on anything right now if I tried. That is so the wrong direction. Quick reminder, everybody, reach down, hit that like button on the video, subscribe if you are new to the channel, ring the notification bell. Okay, fluid buffer. Right there, another hunk of pipe. Our check valve, if it will select, if it will select, if it will select. There we go. Yeah, you know what? Why don't I connect the next row? What is that going to work out to if I do 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It still leaves 2 at the end. Okay. We can do that. We'll combine these rather than a bunch of smaller, some segments of smaller ones. It all balances out in the end as to how many refineries are being made, so. Makes no difference whether you have them connected in groups of 3 or not. Like we did do that. Nope, we're going to come over and we're actually going to do this one. Wait, I might not be able to. Let's throw this conveyor in here. Where is 2 over on this? Oh, we're okay. That's fine. That's gonna go there. I feel like that's not in the right spot. No, it's not. It is not. Because I have no idea how to place things properly in this game. Because I just started yesterday. I think it's okay if the junction's not centered here because we're just dealing with output lines. I do need to get rid of this though because that's going to be all backed up with polymer resin. We'll stop here, throw in our... I don't even know why I placed that there. I was not paying attention. And then this line up right there. Awesome sink away. So this one should be pumping away and running. Why are you not? Because you're not going anywhere. That's why. Okay, that one now it should be working. Look at us go. Yeah, like I said, this is a pretty slick little process for building these factories. It doesn't take long to slap it all together, and before you know it, you've got... What do I've got out there right now? I've got 24, 48, 72 full conveyors right now, plus 4. So 76 times 1,200. I've got 91,200 petroleum coke I'm already making and already have the infrastructure in place to move it to where we need it to go. Now, currently right now, at each one of the segments out here on the map where I'm building these, like there's a cluster of refineries here. There's a cluster of refineries right here. There's another one way down here, kind of out on the bottom end of the map. There's a huge section down in the crater at the south end of the map. Everything, the petroleum coke's all being dumped into awesome sinks right there because I want the refineries to be producing and running. I don't want anything to back up on them at all. So I'm just letting them run. And then I'll get all of the infrastructure all out in place where all the conveyors are moving all the petroleum coke over to where we're building our factory at. And I'll set up another segment of awesome sinks out there, have them all hooked up, and then I'll go back to each of these refineries or each of the conveyor lines of petroleum coke, hook them up to the infrastructure that's there to take them back, and then let them dump again. So that each refinery will see like a minimal downtime, if any, with the way I'm kind of getting it built right now. So that's my goal anyway. All Alrighty. Oh, son of a Jesus. I'm awake. Nyax Aura, thank you for that. I appreciate that. I'm wide awake. The air horn gets me every single time. It's just that sharp sound. It just cuts perfectly. That's not what I want. I want this. I want the valve. Every time I grab it and it's already facing that way, it's like I want it to connect to the, you know, the opposite A. It's so funny. That's why I created those things and why I built the loyalty system, is so that you guys can interact with me in other ways less than you know, streaming. So I got you a few streams ago. Every time that air horn goes, it gets me. Every time. Okay, the next segment. That is not on the right spot, because I know it's got to be right against the priority merger. How we doing stream-wise? I'm down to about 4.8% dropped frames, so that number continues to go down. So that means that the connection is stabilizing. Probably because, like, I'm on cable internet service, right? So it ends up using shared nodes in your neighborhood. So if there's a problem with our node that's preventing upload from working properly, well, of course, there's a lot of people in the neighborhood that are all trying to upload, then I'm going to see those. The earlier in the stream is going to suck, and then as we progress through it and people go to bed and turn their crap off, my stream will improve in the bandwidth end of things. So hopefully they get that, you know, fixed, but there's definitely a node issue for my connection. Okay, that's gonna go there. This one, that's the center channel, so that's fine. And then this one goes this way. Let's get our conveyors built. 90-degree it. And we are connecting. We'll just connect right here. Send the line over. You know what? Let's connect these first. And then I'll grab the awesome sink. I've got so many awesome sinks all over the place in this playthrough. It's ridiculous. Everything is getting dumped into awesome sinks. What do I want? I want my elevator. There we go. More product being dumped away. I'm gonna get this one taken care of too right away while I'm here doing the conveyors. You know what? This one, I'm just going to put the awesome sink down. Right there. And this can feed right into it. I many points we got now? 830 tickets off of bauxite, reanimated Sam, more bauxite, and Petroleum Coke. That's what's being dumped into Awesome Sinks right now. Alright, let's throw this up here. This goes across. This goes all the way to here. Back down. Back down. Junction. Line it up. Connect it. Bring it down to this side. Everything's all lining up here. It all looks pretty. Oh, check valve. Check valve. There we go. See? It flips it every time. Oh, there we go. Now it's good. Next. Rinse and repeat. Oh, just had an autosave. The autosave isn't ridiculously long, so I'm still not at a point where I feel like I'm taxing the game at all. The only time the game really kind of struggles a little bit is my blueprint for my 24 high conveyor stacks. When I start slapping those together in succession over and over and over again, because of the build animation for it, it will chug things out just a little bit. My frames will go all screwy. But then as soon as it's done building, it's totally fine. No issues. We'll see how it goes once all those like 72 or 76 conveyors we got over there, plus whatever we're going to get out of this, I'll start pushing Petroleum Coke into Awesome Sinks across the map. Yeah, we throw another 150,000 items flowing across the map on here. Who knows what that's going to do to the game here. You know, you think of that number like 150,000, like I don't even know. I mean, I'm almost at 100,000 now and I'm not even added these. And there's still all the oil nodes down here. And then there's another resource well here that I can get oil from. So we still got a lot that we can grab. Is it unreal to think maybe I could hit 200,000 Petroleum Coke? And I'm sorry, I don't even know at this point how much Petroleum Coke I need. I know that I'm dealing with 85,000 bauxite for the aluminum manufacturing. Man, I wish the valve was easier to select. Maybe that's just one of those things that I should always just grab out of the build guide rather than trying to middle click select it. Just making sure everything's connected. So these are all shutting down now because the buffers are full. That's why we're seeing these factories start to dwindle out. Isn't it nice to be able to watch me build something that isn't conveyors? Don't worry, that's coming later on, but actually seeing some factories being built instead of me just running conveyor highways everywhere. The last factory we built was the copper to bauxite conversion factory. Maybe that's it. I just have to go right up to the valve and select it. Okay, we got our last chunk here of refineries that we've got to get some oil or heavy oil residue out of. So this polymer resin that I have like running right now, technically I could go run all that polymer resin into another set of refineries and turn it into plastic. And then take that plastic and turn it into containers. And then take some packagers and those containers and gather up all the wastewater from us turning alumina solution into scrap aluminum. That's going to produce a lot of wastewater. And then I can take that wastewater and dump it into an awesome sink. You can actually awesome sink water in this game if you wanted to. And then that consumes the polymer resin and then ends up using up some of the water, but that water I could also go and use it with sandstone and pure quartz. And I think there's something that I can convert into sandstone. Let's have a look at the map or the is it O that I can use? Equipment. Recipes. Let's look at the recipes. Why? Oh, it doesn't really... It's how to build them. I'll have to lay down a refinery. Let's put one down here. What was I? Oh, I was a converter. I wanted to throw a converter down. Because I think, yeah, I can turn sulfur. I can get all the sulfur and turn it into limestone. Because I still have awesome or SAM ore available, reanimated SAM, that I can do some more conversions. So if we need some more, I can use the sandstone to make wet concrete. Plus we'll harvest all the sandstone to make wet concrete. And then harvest all the quartz to make pure quartz. And that will consume a bunch of the wastewater. I don't want to have to rely on the wastewater to make our pure iron ingots. Because the pure iron ingots are something that we physically, like I need those. They need to be consistent. They need to be working all the time. And I don't want something to cause an issue that it gets starved out because the wastewater wasn't available for whatever reason. So you never really want your factory to rely on that as a primary source of materials. So the only things we have left in the game that we can do anything with for that wastewater is either wet concrete, pure quartz, or package it and dump it into an awesome sink. My least favorite option is packaging and turning it into an awesome sink. Mainly because I kind of don't know exactly how much plastic I would be able to get out of this. Man, that's literally, if we turn all the limestone and all the copper, or all the limestone, all the quartz, and then all the sulfur into limestone, then into, you know, using that up. I'm pretty sure we're going to be using the... We're definitely going to be using all the iron nodes for making pure iron ingots and later on more screws. But we'll be making more steel, and there's all the coal in game. I may actually end up using every single resource in this game except uranium in this playthrough. to make screws. What the frick? Let that sink in for a minute. That's just... That's kind of mind-blowing. Man, I might just bring this game to its knees, thinking about how much equipment that's going to be. Yeah, that's pumping away. And then we have 2 more final ones to do here. You go there, you go there. In this one, we don't get a handy little lineup with it, so we just kind of eyeball it to wherever is straight with that. And that's pretty close right there, I think. Bring this down, and then we're going to throw in our fluid buffer on this one. Grab our valve. Okay, color coding. Edit the swatch. We're going 270 by 1 by 0.5. Select color. Oh, and I've already wrecked the concrete. Really? Are you kidding me? Fix that little concrete blip. See, it's a pretty close match, because this here is the color of the fluid that's actually flowing through the pipe, is what's in the middle of this right now. I think I did a pretty good job of matching that color out on that. Customizer. It's more of a magenta than a purple, I guess. There'll be still more purple pipes we gotta do later, as these get loaded into refineries to turn it into the petroleum coke. I think I'm going to need a little bit bigger concrete pad, though. Make sure I got enough room. Because each full line of heavy oil residue is 6 more refineries to make petroleum coke. And of course, I screwed up another piece of concrete. Man, it's so easy to get into the zone while you're doing all this color matching, because it's certainly not thinking work at all. Your brain can kind of shut off completely, take a little reset. So much of this as I've been building, I don't have a plan. I know what my end game is, and I have my to-do list of things that I know I need, but I don't know the exact quantities of everything that I need to be able to get it to that point. So we're going as kind of far as we can. And whatever's left over is either dumped into an awesome sink or find some other plan that we can go with. Okay, that looks pretty decent now. Got that all color coded out. Now we're going to... Basically, we got to build off of this now. Out this way. I don't know exactly how much room I'm going to need, so I'm going to go over... Yes, I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Times 6 is 72. 76. I need to put down 76 more refiners. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 8. That's 46. I basically need double the space that I am right now. That's a thing. I probably don't need to go this far out with it, but I'm just kind of doing it anyway. I think I'm going to go out another 10. We'll do it at both sides. Nice says, it's so funny, man. And I gotta go. I got you a few streams. Oh, never mind. That was back when you did the air horn. For a second, I thought it said that you gotta go, but I'm in my own world. And my eyes are not what they used to be. It sucks getting old, just so you know that. In case you've ever wondered. I'm to the point now at work. If I've got to read like a laptop power adapter or any label where it's like a gray font on a black background, man, out comes the reading glasses, or I grab my phone, take a picture of it, and zoom in, because I am like tromboning the bitch out of that, and it is not great. My eyes, distance-wise, totally fine. No worries. Drive down the highway, see everything totally fine, read all the signs, no problem. Reading's starting to become a struggle. So I have some readers that I keep. I need to get the grandma chain hanging around them so I can keep them hanging around my neck. I feel myself getting to a point where it's old. I'm getting old. My bones are hurting. My eyes are failing. At least I ain't crapping myself yet. At least I'm not trying to crap myself. Oh, seriously, just play some concrete. Kept clicking to the ocean floor instead of clicking to the concrete that I was already building off of. All right, those beans are going to be in the way, I think. I'm going to have to persuade them to move on. Oh, there's only one bean there. Oh no, there was two. One did move on. He's trying to move on. Oh, now you're stuck in the concrete forever. Oh, he got up on top of it. Nice. Look at you go. How about I make you respawn somewhere else? Nuke. He lived through that? Okay. I have a whole new respect for beans now. That's insane. How do you live through something like that? I literally stuck a nuke inside him and let her go. That's crazy. Does this look like enough room for 76? I think so. What is that? That's 46? We need 30 more? I think we'll be okay-ish. All right, well, let's get the first batch going. What are we going after? We need a refinery. And we are going to build it right after I blow up these trees. Because they are in my way. Yeah, I'll just grab one of these ones and then change the recipe on it. Yeah, I think our build position is right about here. And then we're resetting the recipe on this. We are going to Petroleum Coke. Takes 100 heavy oil residue, and then that produces 600 Petroleum Coke. So 2 of these, man, wait, 76 divided by 2 is 38. 38 times... plus the 76 we've already got is 114. 114 times 1200 is 136,800 Petroleum Coke. Ah, that's insane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's a lot of Petroleum Coke, and there's still more oil to get. We might hit 200,000 Petroleum Coke, you know that? Well, this is insignificant. This is like, I don't like this. I don't. We gotta build it out one section. That was too close to the rock. I wouldn't have been able to put the pipe down properly. So we're gonna come out one more. One more foundation. And then we need to set this to recipe, Petroleum Coke. Leave it maxed with our power shards, with the summer slope, whatever. Oh, and we can paint this too. Two, that's facing the wrong direction, isn't it? No, it isn't. 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I'm gonna build each one at a time instead of just laying them all out. No, you know what? Screw it. 1, 2, or that'd be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. 49, 50. We're gonna have enough room. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66. What? Oh, I sent it up at a half foundation. I thought I had it at a full. I need that full foundation. That's why I'm thinking there's like not enough room for all the pipe I gotta move. You know what? I think I might even take it out more than. Well, you got to listen to me count to like 60 something before I realized I'm going to delete all this and redo it again. I guess my brain is still sharp enough to be able to count. I am going to throw one of these just kind of out here. Because it's already configured the way I want it. Okay, let's try this again. We're going to put you right there. That gives us lots of room for the logistics. And we're on the actual corner of the foundation. Come on, move away. Stand there in the way. That should be 72. I had just enough room. Holy smokes. We're clipping right there a little tiny bit, but seriously, that is 72 refineries to make. Oh, 72. I needed 76, wasn't it? Shh. 71. We're going to go down to the other end and build out more. I think I needed 76. Wasn't that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times 6 plus 4. Yep, 76. So we're just going to extend this a little bit more this way. So that is from this side 72, 73, 74, 75. Get up there. Not right there. 76. I had one more row out here for good luck. And delete out all that. All right, 76 refineries. I am a sucker for punishment, and that's going to produce 38 1,200 item per minute conveyors of just a ridiculous amount of, wow, 38. My conveyor stack is only, my blueprint for my conveyor stack is only 12. Vey. Okay, whatever. I guess we'll figure it out as we go. Let's get the oil running and let's start making some petroleum coke. Probably find out I don't need this much, but okay, so we're gonna go to this center line, 1, 2, and then we are going 6 at a time. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is 6, and then we go 2 past it, and then we're throwing in our junctions. We start the next one. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Go 2 notches past it. Grab a junction. Two past. Was that 2 lines? Yes, it was. Okay. That's good. Oh, I didn't do my junctions on that one. We'll have to fix that. Mass production 101 here. 3, 4, 5, and this is 6. 1, 2. Some junctions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Afraid, welcome to the stream.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
Have you been lurking around in the background all along and you haven't spoken today, or did you speak and I totally missed it? One, 2, and that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1 and 2. Junctions. Oh, at some point, my little stream. Hey, did my stream disconnect 4 minutes ago? I have a message that said your stream is disconnected, attempting to reconnect 4 minutes ago. Did you guys have a blip about that? But now I'm solid, like 0 frames dropped in the last 4 minutes, I guess. But that kind of sucks that it dropped, but maybe it recovered right away. No, I just found you. Oh, So you haven't been lurking. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 and 2. I was refreshing YouTube, and you just came up. Okay. Did you see my notification when it went out? So I'm really disappointed that the stream like freaked out. My ISP is just pissing me off. Three, 4, 5, and 6. These builds like this are very much like a Factorio type layout. We're not building up at all because I am not elevating fluids. They are staying at sea level. I'm not dealing, they're staying at the level that we built or we got it from, because I'm not dealing with trying to elevate it and get it up to a higher level. So yeah, it was about 2 hours and 18 minutes ago when I started streaming. So I'm just disappointed that it like dropped and died there for, but I never noticed it. I wish it actually like popped up and said, hey, instead of just like it did nothing. It didn't say anything about disconnecting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Each little 6 cluster of refineries is going to be making petroleum coke for us. ISP fixed itself. No, they're still having some issues. My upload speed is about 1/5 of what it should be. Which is frustrating. But they say there's not a problem because my download speed is like 950 megabit per second. They say that that's within acceptable responses, and they've got like no comment on the upload speed. One, 2. All righty. We're almost at the end of it. Let's count that. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I did not hold control on that one long enough to place it properly. Okay, what's next? The last 4. This should work out to 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I miscount one of these? Is one of these shorter than the other one? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I just placed an extra one because apparently I did 77, not 76 of them. And how many clusters is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So everything's right. Just one extra refinery that doesn't need to be there. Okay, that's fine. It's because the beans are in the way anyway, so... And I don't need all this extra concrete down here. At least not right away, not till we get some awesome sinks out there to deal with all the products we're going to be making. How's everyone doing in chat? Chat's been kind of quiet tonight. We've been a consistent, like, 6 viewer count throughout the stream. The chat's been kind of quiet, which is fine. Everybody can just kind of chill and watch and do their thing. All right. Now we got a bunch more pipe work to do here. I should have been using the purple pipe to build this. So now I'm going to have to go back and color it all. Oh well, I'll end up having to fix the little ones. Like, some of the accents and stuff don't color code properly. If you're using customized, that is in the wrong spot. Now you're right. We're a machine. And see, this is why, like, blueprints for something like this really wouldn't work well. Is because it'd be longer than the 6 foundation run that you're trapped in inside the largest blueprint designer. Okie dokie, let's, I guess we're gonna do this part now. Lay out all of these risers. It's gonna look kind of impressive, this little factory, once it's all put together and producing. Except for the beans that are gonna be walking around in it. Dude, you can't stand there. Go away. Okay, I want to just double check the spacing on these because sometimes these go out of whack too, but I think we're okay there. Might be on these ones that they're kind of messed up. Freight says you could get a foot or more of snow this week. Well, you can have it. I don't want it. Yeah, like this one here. Spacing on that's not right. So we'll just rebuild that chunk of pipe. Fix it now while we're building it. Yeah, it seems to be the second one on every one of these that we built of the, like, the 6 wide refineries. Yeah, see this one here? Spacing on it's not right. I believe between 30 and 40 centimeters. Yeah, that's like 12 to 14 inches. That is definitely better than a foot of snow. 30 centimeters is 1 foot. Oh, you went to Google and figured out the centimeter conversion? That's funny. Okay, now we got to do our input line, which is, I guess we'll do this one to start. We'll see how much room we've got. I'll do them all the same, and if I have to adjust them because we ran out of pipe room, so be it. I feel like that's not in the right spot. Yeah, it isn't. It's got to be right here. Next. I don't know why I clicked on that one spot. Like, it wasn't even anywhere close to center. Yeah, I do need to actually click it in the right spot there. There we go. Okay, next. Then we got to run all the fluid into it, color code all these pipes, and then comes the arbor's task of dealing with the output. Because only 2 refineries makes 1 full conveyor. I think we'll have enough room for all of the pipe here to move around. That did not connect the way it should have. There we go. Two more. Okay, you're like that. And you are the last of our heavy oil residue. Okay, let's connect these all up. Start at that end, work our way this way. We got more than enough room to maneuver some pipe here. Other than the boulders. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not even going to get anywhere close to those boulders. Yes, I am. Tell you what, we'll do a little turn right here. And we'll just kind of rest against that rock. And then spin it around this way. And then back it up too. And connect. So we got purple goo going into the first set. With the amount of work you're putting into this, you should be getting more views and viewers. You know what? I think it'll come once I get the actual like regular. Once I do the actual YouTube video for this, I think it'll blow up. I think it'll go like really well. Because they're gonna see that I'll just have to nail the titling of it properly, I guess. And then however I deal with the logistics of moving that kind of material around, getting a good snapshot of like conveyors and conveyors and conveyors of screws will make a big difference. Okay, that lines up there. We back up to, and then connect. Next line. I'm gonna bring it up to this one. Turn it. Oh, it's here I gotta go. And then back up. I'm not giving myself enough room for maneuvering that pipe around. I gotta delete these and redo them. I need to be giving myself more room. My bad. Maybe a high draw. Oh my God, what am I going to do with all these conveyors? That, or I was thinking of like something along the lines of I've made X million screws world record or something like that. So I'm thinking it's going to be like a world record of some type. I don't think anybody else has tried this yet. At least there hasn't been any videos on it. Doesn't mean that it hasn't been done. Back up 2 and connect. Okay, that's better. Now I got way more room to handle. I can handle my pipe in this place. Back up twice and feed it in. Next. Seriously, why would you even let me click it there if that was beyond its reach? Don't do it then. This lines up to just before the center line. So then back up 2 and connect. Lots of room now. Look at us cruising along here. Okay, where does this line? It is just shy of the center. Make sure that's straight. That's center, back 1, back 2 more. And connect. Okay, maybe I don't have lots of room here. I'm running out of room rather quickly now. Because this conveyor ain't going to fit there, so I've got to adjust this to now come in line here. And that one's going to have to move. Oh, I got it. Series title, going for the record. Well, this isn't going to be, this will be one long video. The streaming series, I guess I could rename the playlist to Going for the Title. And then I'll have to like email Coffee Stain and say, hey, I want a belt. You know, like the UFC belt? Hey, now we're cooking. We did have enough room for everything. No, but then I'd end up having to, like, when somebody did break the record, I'd have to give up said belt. That would suck. Okay, we're going to go to this one now. It's on that center line. Zoink. And we're going to run this conveyor this way, or not conveyor, pipe. Dealing with terrain sucks. Turn this. Not there. This is the last one we got to connect. Okay, it's like super dark out here. Let's turn the fog back on. so we can see again. Dude, that looks so sick. HP and hide the UI. That's tomorrow's thumbnail. Definitely tomorrow's thumbnail. That just looks so sick like that. Okay, so everything now should be full of oil. Let's color code those pipes now. Customizer, I need my purple. Start at this end, working our way back. Little spray paint to identify what the materials are that are flowing through the pipe. Come on, there we go. Little tiny sliver, just problematic to color code. I guess I could have compacted the design a little bit and actually had deleted out that chunk and then brought this right over top. But then I think the frame would clip into the side of the junction a little bit. So I think it wouldn't look quite as right. Time are we at? It is... It's already 11:45? Holy smokes, where'd the night go? Well, we're not going to be dealing with the output logistics on this tonight. Because that's still a crap ton of work. That's 38 full conveyors dumping into awesome sinks. This looks much more synergetic. It does. I like the purple. Well, it matches the color of the fluid that's flowing through the pipe. So, for whatever reason, they've called heavy oil residue, or they've identified heavy oil residue as a purple fluid. Or magenta, whatever you want to call it. Pepto? No, I think it's too dark for a Pepto color. Pepto's a lot lighter of a pink. Come on, flip it. You're not going to. It seems to be like the best way I can get to that bottom pipe mount is from the... Why am I not flying? Why is my spacebar acting all goofy? I don't want my space bar to crap out on me. Coming together. Looking like a semi-useful factory. You're still nice and smooth here. Yeah, I've just looked back since I had the disconnect that happened. 0 frames dropped. Everything's been solid. So I don't know if maybe my ISP just did a reset of the hardware. And all of a sudden, I don't know if it was a DNS issue or... But something seems to be allowing it to flow a little smoother. Like it's been a solid 15.8 to 16.2 kilobits per second amount of upload that I'm doing, so... Of course, now that I've said it seems to be working okay, it's probably gonna... Murphy's Law will be dumping all over the place on us soon. I love the fact that OBS does have a frame counter that you can have up. At the bottom left-hand corner, there's like a little bar, the thing that you can clip on, and it'll bring up a performance metric. And it shows you your CPU usage, your frames per second, your dropped frames, and your kilobits per second upload. And then any alerts it should tell you. Like, if you're a dumbass and have your mic muted, it'll tell you you got your mic muted. Because it'll see that it's... Oh, I just whacked my mic. Sorry for your ears. It'll see that this is picking up something, but we have it muted in there, and it'll be like, hey, you're talking and you're a dumbass. Oh, I kind of neglected the pipes on this side of me here. Let's fix that. Did I forget one all the way down here? I did, look at that. My bad. My bad. All the pipes containing heavy oil residue. Getting labeled. Why is that not taking that color? Sometimes I swear the customizer like just wants to mess with you a bit. It gives you the sound as though, like when you hear that chirp, that fine little like ching. That's it accepting the click. If it doesn't accept it, it sounds like this. You see, it's kind of like a squirt sound. We're almost getting to the end. We're a little over halfway. Oh, we're definitely over halfway. What a ridiculous amount of conveyors, though. 38 we got out of this little section of nodes. think maybe they got the clusters like too close together out here. They should have spread it out a little bit more. This is a lot of oil in one spot. We'll run into this again on the west side. There's a huge oil repository on some islands out on the west side. That could be an electric project for PCB Way, includes a Raspberry Pi. Did I miss something? Electronic project. You have something that's coming your way? Oh wait, I saw something earlier. Wait, all hardware should go through a recycle on the regular. Dude, what was I saying that needs to be recycled? I'm totally... Now I don't know where I was in my conversation on that for that. I can't remember what I said for... I think I'm going senile in my old age. Come on. You were talking about your ISP and how they must have reset something. Oh yeah. Yeah, they may have power cycled. Yeah, like I don't know. If they completely, I'm thinking it was probably a setting change more than anything. And it could have been because they've been working like for the last couple of days on whatever system upgrade they're doing. They may have had a flag on all accounts limiting upload speed until they had the upgrade done. Which, I mean, that I could not fault them on, and that is totally not in the right spot. This is not in the right spot. Let's put that in the right spot. See what happens to the pipe when it's already colored and then you place it, is it puts these stupid little orange bits on it again. So you have to come along with the customizer and re-click it. So even though you color, if you were using purple pipe to build it all, you'd have to go back and click it all again anyway. And I don't like it with the orange bit through the purple. It's just too much. Too many lines of purple. Or of orange kind of mixed in there. It would draw away from the aesthetic of how uniform everything has been built. You know, height-wise, these machines are massive. You think about how tall the average human being, let's say they're, just for the sake of math, they're like 6 foot, right? They're not, but let's just say it for this game. That means this input hole here is like, it's got to be 7 feet to the top of it. These pipes are like, I can't walk under them. I think I can slide under them. Yeah, I can slide under them. Okay, so all the purple markings are done. So now it's just a matter of building all the conveyors for the output on this and all the awesome sinks to dump all of that into. Because each one of these is, or every 2 is 1 full line of Petroleum Coke. Oh, well, we're making some headway. So next stream tomorrow, should be a stream tomorrow. It's wing night at the local pub, so we usually go for wings. That's where we do our dinner. but I should be back in time for some snackies. Or snackies. That's what I'm having at the pub. To be able to get some more of this done. Keep chipping away. Now it's, I mean, I don't fault you if you don't follow along tomorrow because it's going to be a logistics day. So the ultimate goal will be getting all of these materials. I'm going to have to build a 2-lane concrete highway back because it's 38 conveyors worth of materials that we got to send back. So that is crazy. Freight said, I went through my computer networking class, which is what your ISP is. There was a bulletin messaging service that a system admin could use to message every node on the network with updating or upgrading. Yeah, like they'd run scripts to be able to, you know, kind of push all the nodes to unlock certain settings to allow transfer rates, hamper transfer rates. I'm just going to show you kind of what the wall of conveyor looks like so far. The center highway, like you can see here, the center highway is looking kind of full as we're flowing along. We've got the tower over there where we're doing all our conversions from. Let's turn the fog back off because it is daytime. And then you can really see the conveyors pop when you do that. That's the oil cluster that I finished last night. When the stream died, I was still playing and finished that oil cluster in the middle there. All of these conveyors are empty right now because they're all currently being dumped into Awesome Sinks. But all of these conveyors are going to have Petroleum Coke flowing in them. And we're adding like another 2 rows to that. Like, oh man, I've been making some extra room along here and adjusting how the conveyors are flowing underneath everything so that I could just keep going with my conveyor pulls. But on the map, we have more oil right here that we got to deal with. And then there's another cluster of oil out here that we have to deal with. This one here is a resource well rather than a standard oil node. So we have to put down a well pressurizer there and then well pressurizer extractors. And this one here, God, is that new? I gotta go check that out. This is the first time I pulled oil since 1.0. Is there a pressurized well out there as well? It seems like it was marking it as a pressure. I thought there was only 2. There was one in like the East Swamp. This one that's like, I think it's right here. Right here. This is an oil pressurized, like that's the resource well. And then over on this far side, there's a cluster of islands out here. Actually, I think it's further up this way. I don't think it's that. That's too far south. Yeah, it's right here. But it's showing that there's a resource well there as well, also including the standard oil nodes. If that's new of like since 1.0, and I just haven't been out here to get oil from this spot. Or is it just labeled wrong on the map? See, this here's a standard oil node here. This should be like a normal node. Yep. 300 cubic meters on that one. This is a normal node, 300 cubic meters. This is a pure node. That's 600 cubic meters we're going to get out of that. This is another pure node. That's 600 cubic meters. This is new. I don't ever remember this here. I got to throw down a resource well pressurizer here. We're throwing that bad boy down. Wait for it to finish building, and then this thing will all of a sudden go boom, 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 boom. They got great little animations for this stuff. Okay, the wells are all pressurized now. Overclock the crap out of this. 900 cubic meters out of this. Amazing. So that's 6, 12, 18, 2,300 more oil just right here. Is that all the spots? Let's zoom right in. Yep, those two. So these two are normal. So they'll combine to make one oil pipe. This is an oil pipe of its own. This is an oil pipe of its own. This is going to be a full oil pipe plus a half pipe. That's insane. That's a lot of oil over there. Man, we're going to be over 200,000. No, I don't. No, I don't think we are. I don't think we are. Do they go dry? No, none of the resource nodes in here ever go dry. So once you hook into a node and you're pulling either oil or iron or copper, they're a permanent object. They never deplete. So they're like an infinite item glitch. But look at all the conveyors I've got just running all over the place. It's moving products all over this map. I want to check out this other resource node and see how much we're getting off of it. It's not going to be anywhere near as big. Like it's going to be maybe 600. At least it used to be not so big. So then it's just a small little cluster of conveyors that we're moving. That should be right here. Let's grab our resource well pressurizer. Overclock the crap out of this. 1,350 here. They've increased the amount of oil that's coming out of this as well. So that's 2 full lines plus a 150 line coming out of this. So we'll have a pretty good chunk of refineries out here building. Look at us go. We're getting there. Like that's the last 2 clusters. We got this here that we have to build and that down there we have to build. And then I got logistically, I've got to move everything that we've just built right there onto the center highway and then bring these materials over and then set up like a ridiculous amount of awesome sinks down there so we can have everything moved over to that side of the map. Because all of these products I'm going to need over there for building our aluminum factory. Because that's what all of that, see all that water space out there? You can kind of see off in the distance there is a border that's out there. That's the build limit. You can't build beyond that. We're going to be using all of that for building our aluminum factory. I'm hoping there's enough room. Knock on wood. That's the plan anyway, as we try to push through. Oh, excuse me. Didn't mean to yawn at the end of this. But there's everything that we built tonight is all of these resource wells we put in, and then all of these refineries that we've added onto the map. Now I got to get all of those items out of there, so... Still grinding. Nice. Any lag yet? 0 lag. And Valis, welcome to the stream.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
The little welcome sign's not happening because we're just coming up to the end of the stream here now. I was just doing the last little, where's the oil at? So yeah, here we are. Crude oil being produced into heavy oil residue. Heavy oil residue is being made into petroleum coke. I still have to deal with the output side of this and then move it. So yeah, we're getting there. With that all said, guys, reach down, hit the like button on the video, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you can be notified when I got another live stream coming up. Thank you guys for chilling and hanging out with me tonight. Thank you for putting up with my ISP issues as they've been doing some wonky stuff. Yesterday's stream was 11 minutes long before I called it because I was dropping 60% of my frames. It started off shaky tonight with about a 10% frame drop, but then it mellowed out. Then we had like a quick little disconnect and reconnect, and then it's been solid since. So the last hour has been 0 frames dropped, no issues. So fingers crossed that they've got things fixed going forward, and we can keep the streams going. Guys, thanks again for hanging out, and I guess we'll see you in the next stream. Bye for now.